All right, you know what? Let's just get this over with.
All right.
Hello, everyone. Football Shit Talking Live. 2022 season finale. This is the last one ever of this show. It'll be back next week under a different name. But this is the finale. We're here. We're angry.
Damn, dude. I just watched our Twitch viewer count go down by like 7 when you said this is the final show.
Yeah, that's worrying, but okay. Okay. Yeah, Football Shit Talking Live. Beefy Ball next week, whatever, man. I don't know what to say, man. This shit's so rigged. It's not even. It's not. No. I'm not gonna listen to anything. I'm not gonna listen to your Chiefs apologetic propaganda.
I'm not even gonna talk about the flag. I'm gonna talk about the Eagles giving up 24 points in the second quarter.
Okay, well, we'll talk about it in a second. We do have two quick news things to get to, which we'll just touch on briefly. First off, let's see what we got here. Let me pull it up. Oh yeah, first off, big. Wait, is that even for this week? No, that's like 2 weeks ago. Oh, you update. You update. Yeah. You updated. Sorry, you updated. So there's only one thing, which is that Texas and Oklahoma are coming to the SEC early. Which, I mean, I don't think anyone's shocked to hear that. The Big 12 is such a cluster, dude. I'm shocked they didn't get out earlier, to be quite honest. So good for them. Good for them. I'm excited to have two more teams that we can easily destroy on a yearly basis to pad out the numbers. So very nice to see.
I think the only other real news thing I saw was semi-news was that Brady officially turned in his retirement papers on Friday.
Really?
So he is 100% done.
So he's done.
He's done. And in doing so, he apparently he could have waited until like June, and the Bucks would have been like a lot better off for it. But instead, he said, "Nah, dog, I'm out," and like extra fucked them over.
That's kind of based. Yeah, a little bit based. Fuck the Bucks. They did him dirty. Kinda. I mean, it was really just that coach just sucked. I mean, that wasn't malicious or anything. He just was a bad coach. So, yeah, fuck him. All right, well, let's talk about the one game this week. Tonight, the Super Bowl LXVIIL. It was really just L. It was just Super Bowl L because that's what I felt watching it. So
yeah, I mean, the fact that aliens never came out was a real letdown.
Oh yeah, so yeah. First up, we were joking last night on our show about that the A's were going to come out and land and be like, beep boop, make. I don't know. Wait, it's not robots. It's like I don't know. Whatever aliens sound like. Take us to your leader. Form a one world government. Religions are fake, something like that. Didn't happen. Would have been much more interesting. I will say, and I don't know why, like, this hurts kind of to say, but the most interesting part.
Jalen Hurts?
Fuck off. The most interesting part of the Super Bowl was honestly the halftime show. Rihanna kind of went hard.
Listen, I don't hate Rihanna singing.
I don't either.
That whole whatever that dance shit was, a bit too sinful for me.
It was a little what's the word I'm looking for? Lewd. It was a little lewd.
There was a lot of like crotch grabbing.
There was. A lot of
like pulling the shirt up, like kind of implying. Like,
but listen, I'm gonna give her this. Okay, first off, the 10 stories up on a platform. First off, big ups. No, I would not do that. Secondly,
she had like those Smash Bro platforms going on.
Yeah. Secondly, old girl is easily like 6 months pregnant, maybe 7 or 8. Honestly, I don't know, but she was heavily pregnant. So all that combined, kind of impressive. Not a big fan of her doing all of the lights without Ye. Kind of disrespectful.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of disrespectful. However, I did appreciate that she busted out Umbrella because that's like the classic, So
that song does go hard.
It's even my dad liked it. Even my dad thought it was good. He was like, "Oh, it's pretty good," and I was like, oh, "Okay, cool." It's whatever. I mean, that's shocking coming from you, but whatever. I guess Rihanna's gonna take the W's wherever she can get them. But yeah, it's still like my favorite recent memory halftime show. I think is The Weeknd from 2020. Well, the 2020 season, but the 2020 Super Bowl. It was pretty good. It was kind of depressing, empty Raymond James Stadium, but it is what it is, I suppose.
I was thinking that was last year, but I just remembered it was like that cringe rap show last year. It was really bad.
Yeah, that's right. It was in LA last year, so they had like a bunch of West Coast rappers, and it was like they were all washed up and easily like 10, 15 years past their prime. And it was just kind of, it was a little bit more sad than anything else.
I think the big point I remember that was they had Kendrick Lamar on, and they had him do a song where he says, in the song, he says the N-word like over and over, but obviously he can't say it because the whole TV.
Sure.
So it was just like half the words from what he was singing were missing. I was like, if you know the song, this is a big what the fuck? Why was this song picked?
Yeah, I'm pulling up to see what, because I don't like, I can't remember all off the top of my head. What's Rihanna? Oh yeah, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Eminem, Mary J. Blige, 50 Cent, and then Kendrick Lamar for some strange reason, just out of nowhere. Oh yeah, and and then February 7th, 2021 was The Weeknd. That one was really good, dude. He ended it with Blinding Lights. First off, I just like The Weeknd. I think he's a good performer, and I like most of his songs.
The performance was kind of a freak show. But
he's kind of a freak show.
Yes, that's fair.
He is a weird dude.
I also do like The Weeknd, so
I did. Yeah, he is a weird dude, man. He is a weird dude. But it kind of worked because like consider, okay, so you're like bookended between Shakira, Jennifer Lopez, then the next year Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, all them, and then in the middle is this dude like doing this freaky ass like David Lynchian performance live on network television to billions of people. So kind of based. I will say something interesting. So for the first time in, let's see, since 2013, 2012, the halftime show is no longer sponsored by Pepsi, which that's interesting because now there's an opportunity for Taylor to one day perform, right? Because Taylor Swift has had a big thing with
anti-taxi beef.
No, she has. I think she's had like a big thing with Coke for a long time, and I think that's what's kept her performing under a Pepsi performed show. So that's always been my theory why she wouldn't do it, but maybe she just doesn't want to do it otherwise. So, I don't know. Point is, that was the highlight. So let's get into the lowlights, which was the rest of the show. And I'm gonna call it a show. I'm not gonna call it a game because, like the WWE, it's all fake and rigged. So. Let's see. So, Eagles got the ball to start it off. Pretty decent drive. I'm pretty sure it ended in a touchdown.
It did.
It did. Looked good. Then the Chiefs got out there, and I was like, all right, well, we're going to see that Eagles defense shine. That Eagles defense did not shine. It the opposite of shined. It stunk. And it was a little back and forth. Was it in the second quarter with the fumble? That was the game changer. It was
the second quarter, yeah.
That ended up being the game changer. It hurts in like very non-Hurts fashion. Just gets not paying attention to the ball control, gets it stripped out, pick six, picked up, scoop and score. And at that point, it was a 2-possession game. And it helped that the Eagles came right back out, marched down the field, scored again, got it back, got control back. But that fumble, I was thinking to myself, I was like, God, please don't let it come, don't let it hinge on that fumble. And it did. So just before halftime, Mahomes gets hurt. And I thought, this is over. It's over.
I thought we were having fucking last week or 2 weeks ago all over again, and I was pissed.
Yeah, I was like, this is over. We can go watch something else after this, boys. It was not. They shot him full of perks. They shot him full of probably a lot.
Was on the elephant tranquilizers.
Yeah, they shot him full of like stem cells or something, like controversial experimental stuff or something.
They probably got the witch doctors out to make sure his foot was going.
Yeah, they got him on some weird juju. Speaking of, Juju Smith-Schuster stole the show. Shocker. I never understood like the game plan. So the defensive coordinator for the Eagles, he just sees like Smith-Schuster standing there. It's like, nah, I'm not gonna block this guy. Fuck that. Cover? What's that? Talk to me, Suck. What happened? What happened to the Eagles defense that had been so good all year long?
Well, for one, their the Chiefs O-line really stepped up. Like, a lot of shit was talked towards them. Big talk up was for the D-line of the Eagles, and they just did not get home to Mahomes at all. And when there's no pressure or not that much pressure on a quarterback who's for realistically hurt,
Yeah.
and then I mean, even at one point they let Mahomes scramble for like 30 fucking yards on a gimped leg.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. When I was watching, I was pointing at it, I was like, if that's him on a healthy leg, that's a touchdown. But it didn't really matter.
The defense, second quarter came out, and the defense, gave up on football.
It kind of did. Yeah. No. Yeah. Kind of did.
Like, their only stop in the second half was the controversial flag.
Yeah, and let's discuss that. Okay, so you and I are on differing opinions on this so far. All right, so you are adamant saying that was a hold. I'm saying I don't really think that's a hold. Like, if you want to go by the letter of the law, like if you want to get really ticky tacky into the bullshit about this, okay, maybe, but we see that kind of hold nearly every play in every game. Every year, all the time. It gets called maybe 30% of the time, right?
It gets called a decent amount.
Not.
It was
uncatchable ball, right? Uncatchable ball. That's the first.
Hold on. The ball itself, where it gets thrown, has nothing to do with the hold. That's only PPI and whatnot. That's in the book.
Listen, I know it's in the book, but it goes into the assumption and it goes into the judgment, right? If it can't, and that's what I'm saying. That's why it doesn't get called a lot. And that call does not get called in college football. I'm just saying that doesn't get called in college football.
I don't know, dog. There were a lot of not great penalties called in college football this year.
And more importantly, that does not get called just before the 2-minute warning in the second half.
Just after.
I thought it was like 3 minutes left.
It was 1:53.
Oh, okay. Well, that's even worse. That's even worse. That does not get called that late in the fucking Super Bowl. A tied ball game. You don't do that. Especially when everyone's already saying the refs rig it in the favor of whatever team Roger Goodell wants to win, which shockingly is the Chiefs, which ties back into the thing you were talking about earlier with Tom Brady officially gone now. They need a new face. The NFL needs a new face. Tom Brady's gone. He's not going to move jerseys anymore. You know who is? Patrick Mahomes.
Tim Tebow.
God, I wish, dude. I want to
he moved jerseys for those few weeks he was on the team.
He did, man. He did. Jalen Hurts is moving jerseys. I know he moved one because my mama got one. She didn't get in time for the Super Bowl, which is partly why I'm blaming their loss on. So, anyone working for these Philadelphia Eagles official store listening to this is your fault for not shipping that jersey to my mother fast enough. So this loss is on you. So what did
and I mean, we do have to highlight that last year, I believe about minute 20 something left in the game.
Yeah,
a hold was called.
Yeah,
on the Bengals.
Almost an exact.
The game.
Yeah, almost an exact situation. Yeah, and it's just so crazy. It's just so crazy how often they get bailed out by the refs, and I don't even think I'm like. For instance, this is not sour grapes. Okay, I'm not an Eagles fan. I've never been an Eagles fan. I don't like Philadelphia.
You're a Jalen fan.
I'm not even a Jalen fan. I like Jalen. He's a good guy, but I'm not a fan of his or the team. I don't like Philadelphia. I don't like Pennsylvania. I don't even like the entire Northeast region of the United States, to be quite honest. Like, it all sucks. Philadelphia is a trash hole. Pennsylvania sucks. It's nothing but coal mines and idiots. So, I have no emotional investment in this, other, I guess, than the fact that I just really fucking hate Patrick Mahomes. So, and it's not even Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes is a nice guy, for everything I can tell. I think he's a pretty nice guy, right?
His brother's a piece of shit.
Well, yeah, but who? So is Prudes, and we love Prudes. So, you aren't your brother's keeper. Okay, so your family sucks. I know lots of people whose family sucks, and I still like them.
The whole anti-Mahomes brother thing was kind of like, all right, home dog, you kind of need to be your brother's keeper because he's kind of riding your laurels.
That's actually a really good point. So that's a solid point. But we haven't heard anything out of his brother in a while. So, and after
No,
that,
we have not. After
what was that really disrespectful thing he did?
I know he was an asshole a lot. I think he was a big dick to people in the bar and like tried to get them all kicked out of a bar or some shit.
Yeah, but it seems like he did. There was like a memorial for someone or something.
Right, at the Commanders, Sean Taylor, I think the player's name is.
Yeah.
The one they put the statue up for. They had like a chained off section for him on the field at one point.
Yes.
He ended up getting in it and doing TikToks.
Yes. Oh my God, that's rage inducing. Oh my God, what a piece of shit. All right, but okay, yeah. Point is, I still don't hate him because of that. I just don't like him because he's like the same reason I don't like Roman Reigns in WWE, right? It's just boring to see the same. I'm about to say something that I realize the irony of. Let me finish and then I'll address it. It's just really boring to see the same team, same coach, and same players win time and time again. I hear it. I hear the irony. Yes, I realize that I'm an Alabama fan. However, I feel like that's different because we usually legitimately earn it. We're not propped up by some multi-billion-dollar corporation that lets us win, right? In fact, we lose a lot. we lose a lot. So, just fuck the Chiefs, man. Fuck Patrick Mahomes. I'm so angry.
I mean, obviously, I'm extremely biased in the situation.
Yeah.
I'm a Giants fan.
Yeah.
Of course, they are starting back up the is Mahomes the next Tom Brady convo, which I mean he's 5 rings behind. He's got a while to go.
Yeah, he's got a ways to go, and I mean, considering Tom Brady actually kind of had it the opposite, because at a certain point the NFL kind of started actively working against him. Was it after the cell phone thing or was it after Deflategate? I forgot when it was, but they just actively started trying to sabotage Tom Brady.
I think after Deflategate was the big one, because that's when they still suspended him despite him being proven innocent.
Oh yeah. So he actually had to move against the NFL front office. So still winning rings, by the way. I don't know.
Oh, you know what else we need to talk about in regards to the game?
What's that?
We need to talk about the field itself.
We do need to talk about the field itself.
We're slipping all over the place. Now, I looked into this some. This wasn't turf. No, this was grass.
Yeah.
This was grass the NFL spent 2 years specifically growing for this and $800,000. And it was still that bad.
Jeez Louise. Well,
they made some special-ass grass instead of using regular grass that players play on all the time.
Right.
And they were slipping all over the place the whole game.
I was under the impression first there was twofold. It was twofold. So first off, the turf was really bad, and it was just it was divots all over the field. Anytime you would try and dig in, it would just go soft, and it was hitting it with a pitching wedge in golf, right? It would just big old clumps would come up. But secondly, the paint they had put on the field was also slippery, adding to the whole problem.
Yep.
Which, if you recall, that was an issue in 2018, 19? I can't remember which, for the Hall of Fame game. And they just had to straight up cancel it. It was so bad. Well, obviously, they're not going to cancel a Super Bowl, but I mean, it's crazy how this is a recurring issue. Just the NFL is not almost, but in a similar vein, levels of NCAA incompetent when it comes to literally almost anything. The NFL,
when you consider, they're in fucking Arizona, that literally always has good weather.
Yeah,
I don't understand how you fuck up grass.
I don't either. I don't even know. Why do you have to have special grass? It's grass, my brother in Christ. Just pick some. Just go. Oh my God. I don't know, man. I'm so angry. So angry.
But you know what you can be not angry about and be hyped about?
What's that?
Next Saturday.
Wow, I'm glad you brought that up. We do. So listen, NFL's over, 2022 season's over, college is done, this show is done, kind of. Football Shit Talking Live as of in a couple of minutes when we end, will be done. It'll be over, dusted, put in the ground. Next week, however, from the ashes of Phoenix, like a phoenix of Phoenix, get it? Because the Super Bowl was in Phoenix, get it? Get it? Like,
yeah, brother.
Okay, that worked better in my mind. Like the Phoenix, we will rise again, and football will continue on. Saturday, February 18th, 2023, Vegas at Arlington, 2 p.m. on ABC. Tickets as low as $27. Oh my God! At Choctaw Stadium, wherever the hell that is. XFL, baby, we're back. We're back. Oh yeah, I forgot Phoenix is in chat. So yeah, Phoenix gets it. So Phoenix appreciate that joke.
Damn, dude, you had a whole bowl of big beefy men in you. That's pretty bold.
Oh, on God.
You said it was in him.
He did. We can't really like preview any of this right now because we don't know dick about this league right now. We don't know who's in it. We barely know who the coaches are. This is definitely going to be one of those things. It's just we're going to have to just go into it blind and just see what happens. I will say that. So that's the afternoon slate. The evening slate on ESPN 7:30 from TD ECU Stadium in Houston, Texas. I do know where that is. Orlando will be playing my Houston. What are they? They're not the Oilers. Riggers? Roughnecks. My Houston Roughnecks and the de facto reigning 2020 XFL champions. Yes, I realize there wasn't a championship. No, I don't care. Yes, I will continue to call them the champions because they were on track to win. Eat a dick. So that's my game.
All right. Let me go through the rosters and read off the QBs at least.
Okay.
See what we're dealing with.
All right, let's get that.
So starting with the Renegades, they got 3 QBs. They got Kyle Slaughter out of Northern Colorado.
Okay.
Drew Pitt out of Ball State.
Okay.
And Kevin Anderson out of Fordham.
Okay, I've never heard of any of these people.
Same. Only one has a picture.
Okay, that's great.
DC Defenders, we got Eric Dungy out of Syracuse.
Any relation to Coach Dungy?
Let me look into it. He's white, so I doubt it.
Well, I mean, Coach Dungy's not real dark. I mean, he could have married a white woman, you know. Anyway, go on.
Does not look like he's related, no.
Boo.
Eric King.
That sounds familiar.
Miami.
Yeah, I remember him vaguely.
It's a Eric D apostrophe
Yeah.
Eric with a Q.
Yeah, with a Q. Yeah, I remember him very vaguely.
Jordan Tamu out of Mississippi.
Yes, I know. I remember him. Yeah, Tamu. That's like TAMU, and there's an apostrophe in there somewhere.
No apostrophe, but it's
Really?
TAMU.
Because when there's apostrophe. Whatever. But I remember him vaguely.
All right, and then your Roughnecks, your quarterbacks, Caleb Alebi out of Western Michigan.
That sounds vaguely familiar, but I don't watch a lot of MAC football, so I don't know why it would sound familiar.
Cole McDonald out of Hawaii.
Nope.
And Brandon Silvers from Troy.
They just made those people up.
Well, those are your quarterbacks. Good luck.
Yeah. Hey, man. Listen. We have turned turds into diamonds before. We will do it again.
That's right. Just because they're a no-name doesn't mean they're complete garbage.
Oh, I mean, PJ Walker, right? PJ Walker was no, he wasn't XFL. He was AAFL, right?
No, he was XFL.
Yeah, and I think he actually played for the Roughnecks, didn't he?
I
Yeah, he did.
believe he
Yeah,
did.
he did. Yeah, and he
then,
was utter no name.
Heineke
So
for the Commanders played for the Battlehawks, I believe. In the XFL.
that's right. Yeah. So there you go. Damn, PJ Walker's only 27. Huh.
Young.
Nice.
Moving on, the Orlando Guardians. They have Quinton Dormandy out of Central Michigan.
Nope.
DeAndre Francois.
Nope.
Out of Hampton.
I don't even know where Hampton is.
Paxton Lynch out of Memphis.
I recognize that name. He was actually decent. He was a good player.
All right, well, he's on the Orlando Guardians.
Well, we're in for a game then.
San Antonio Brahmins are being coached by Heinz Ward.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so the Brahmas, they got Jack Cohn out of Notre Dame. Jawan Pass. I mean, with a name like that, how can you be a bad quarterback? Out of Prairie View A&M.
I actually do know where that is.
And Reed Sinnott out of San Diego, California. That's an L. Seattle Sea Dragons. Man, I gotta pick a team still. All these locations kind of stink.
Yeah, they do.
Oh shit! Right off the start, big name. The Ben DiNucci out of
Who?
James Madison.
Who?
Ben DiNucci, dude.
Who?
He got some plays in the NFL.
Oh, okay.
I believe he got to play with the Cowboys a bit a year or two ago.
Oh, okay.
Dak was hurt in 2020. Yeah, he played 3 games in the NFL. 53% completion rate, 0 touchdowns, 0 interception.
Oh, that's
Did
depressing.
fumble the ball 4 times.
That's also depressing. So
We got Harrison Frost out of West Georgia.
I didn't even know there was a West Georgia.
Neither did I. And then Steven Montez out of Colorado.
No.
Our Battlehawks, the most popular team from last time this was around. Oh, now here's a name you might know. AJ McCarron.
Coaching?
No, AJ McCarron. He's the quarterback.
You're shitting me. AJ McCarron's like 35.
Yeah, well, it says AJ McCarron, Alabama, in quarterback.
Oh, wait. AJ McCarron's actually younger than... Well, I'd say younger than I am. He's like a couple of months younger than I am. Why did I think he was older than I am?
He is 32.
Wow. Okay. I mean, hey, that's kind of cool. Okay. So, I mean, I'm not going to pull for the Battlehawks, but it's nice to see him back playing.
Yeah, I mean, we also don't know that he has the starting spot, so...
Oh, I just a real quick shout out. I went to his wiki page to look at him, and I actually see him and his wife, who's hot as hell. I don't know if you know her, Catherine Webb. She's like a model, like Miss Alabama or something. Anyway, last March they had their 3rd son, very based, but
Very
even more
based.
based. McCarron is a devout Roman Catholic, very based. So
Very big.
very based. So.
Oh, it looks like Chiefs backup quarterback Chad Henne has just retired from the NFL.
Oh no.
I mean, he beat the Browns in the playoffs, so that's something.
Yeah, it's definitely something.
All right, back to the Battlehawks. Quarterback. Sorry, I just had a stroke.
It's okay.
Nick Tiano out of Chattanooga, and Mateo Durant out of Duke.
Man, I'll tell you something real quick. I know we're like, we're East Tennessee chats. We're East Tennessee respecters. You're the only one that lives there, but I respect, big respecter. Been there a lot in my life. I feel like Chattanooga gets a little overlooked in the whole conversation. Like Chattanooga's a pretty decent town. It's got some fun stuff. They got a really fun like monthly farmers market there in town. They got, I think, like the biggest aquarium in Tennessee. It's a really decent town. So
Yeah, it's just a bit too close to Georgia.
yeah, but I tell you what, it's I forget what interstate it is. It's the one, I think it's the one that connects Chattanooga and Atlanta. They got some flea markets on that road, bro.
75.
Yeah, I think so actually. So that will one day be a video on the Beefy Boys YouTube channel. Top 10 flea markets of Chattanooga.
All right. And then our last team, the Vegas Vipers. They got Brett Hundley out of UCLA.
I know Hunley. Wait, no, I'm thinking of someone else. I think. Or is that him? He played in the NFL briefly.
He did, yeah, it looks like he
briefly.
was a Packer and a Raven at some point.
That's yeah. I think that sounds familiar.
Jalon McClendon out of Baylor.
Oh.
And Luis Perez out of, get this, Texas A&M Commerce.
Yeah, that's a school.
Apparently so.
Here's the question: Am I buying a Houston Roughnecks t-shirt?
Give it 2 games.
I wanted to last. No. I wanted to last time. I feel like I should. It's got the new XFL logo, which I hate. I really prefer the old XFL logo. This new one sucks.
The old logo is better, but then make it and rockify.
Yeah, it's got to be, people of flat bull crap and whatever.
Many such cases.
So. Yeah, I mean, so this is when the real stuff begins, man. This is it. I mean, listen, I'm not a huge NFL guy. You're the big NFL guy. I like NFL as far as my watching out good Alabama players and then watching the Saints lose. But, for me, NFL is just kind of there. It's just white noise. College football is my thing. But I tell you what, I love XFL, man. I love XFL. So I'm very excited for this to be back. I'm just kind of excited because it's not NFL and it's not rigged. So because the NFL is rigged. So fuck.
All right, now
the NFL.
I have this great idea to improve Alabama's chances in 20 years down the line.
Okay.
So hear me out here. You take like Bryce Young, or one of your other notable quarterbacks of past.
Okay, pretty much Bryce Young.
Sure. He's just a little short as a thing, so maybe a taller one. I don't know.
We don't really have a taller one. Maybe Jalen, I guess, would be the tallest one.
Then you take 20, actually, for better odds, like 40 Olympic athlete women.
Right.
Make them all have kids.
Right.
Put them in like a closed off area where all they learn as they grow up is ball.
Okay.
And then bring them into Alabama once they're of age.
Okay.
How do you feel about that?
I like it. I love it.
All right.
See, here's the thing about like fascist governments, right? Whenever they try and do like eugenics and stuff, it's always like for some weird like fucked up ends. That's what these fascist governments need. When they take over a country, like I'm just gonna say, like Hitler would have done a lot better if he had like tried to breed like the best football team of all time, right?
Yeah, imagine how far ball could go if like each team just this year said, all right, we're all starting a 20-year plan.
Right.
Whoever has the best team in 20 years is the ultimate football team.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, finding the women that would get on board with that. Maybe we just don't let it. I can't say that.
Yeah, I was about to call a timeout there, but I trusted it enough. Yeah, I tell you what. Speaking of women in football, they had that big commercial for the flag football thing and Diana Flores and whatever. And I was like, man, they're really signaling what they're trying to do. Like, I mean, I hate to sound like a conspiracy theorist, but I just really feel
I know what you're saying. I think the money would disappear if that happened, so it won't happen.
Yeah, maybe I'm just being paranoid. I think we're gonna see it in some form, somewhere, somehow. Whether or not, you know what it might even be? They might even try and like just make a like big professional flag football league, which I think would be an absolute failure, and no one would watch and would last like 2 years, like women's soccer.
It would probably, be in line with the WNBA or some shit.
Yeah, which
it exists.
But pretty much so. It would suck.
Oh, I just remembered. I really wanted to laugh at Philadelphia for getting themselves the triple clown tonight.
Oh, what's the triple clown? Clown.
All right, so hear me out here.
All right.
So they just lost in the Super Bowl.
They did.
The Phillies lost in the World Series.
They did.
And the Philadelphia Major League Soccer team lost in the Major League Soccer Finals.
I didn't know that, but
I also found that out today.
Okay, so what are they? What is the Sixers? Is that their basketball team?
Yeah, the 76ers.
How are they looking?
I think they're just called Sixers. I think they might be in the right quality that they could also have that happen.
They're third in the Eastern Conference. I don't know what that means.
I think there's. Looks like there's 15 teams in the conference.
Oh, they're okay. So they're only like 4 games behind the Celtics, who are number 1 in the East. So I mean, they're definitely in the running. So I don't know anything about basketball, but man, the Bulls have fallen on some hard times, huh? Damn.
I also don't know anything about basketball.
Well, like I'm old enough to remember, like, well, barely. I would have been.
do know that the Vols play Bama in 2 days
Oh,
in
hey,
college basketball.
speaking of, quick shout out, Saturday, or well, yesterday, was the Iron Bowl of basketball. Number 3 Alabama playing Auburn, and I'm happy to announce we kicked the shit out of them as God intended.
Yeah, apparently Tennessee is ranked pretty high, but they like keep dropping L's to SEC teams, which isn't great.
No. Yeah, and it would be really embarrassing to lose to y'all twice in an academic year, so.
It would, and we're 19-6, while you guys are 22-3. So
Yeah, so. Not a great look going into coming up on March, so. I think Alabama could make a run of it this year, so.
yeah, I mean, I don't follow college basketball at all. So
I don't either, but I tell you what, if Alabama gets into like pretty high up in the playoffs, not the playoffs, March Madness, I will be watching. So,
and there's a off chance we'll talk about it because not all that much to talk about.
not a lot, and we are big Alabama and Tennessee homers. Well, I'm an Alabama homer, you're a Tennessee homer, so.
Yep.
But yeah, speaking of talking about, that's all to talk about, unless you got something else.
I don't.
Very short episode. Gonna be short for a little bit from here on out. Not a little bit of recruiting to talk about. We're talking about XFL. It'll get a little bit longer in April when we also have USFL to talk about, so that'll be fun. But yeah, starting next week, this won't be Football Shit Talking Live no more. This will be Beefy Ball. The rebrand will happen over this week. I'm sure some people are happy about that. I'm happy about it, to be quite honest. I don't love the name Beefy Ball, but I really don't like the name Football Shit Talking Live.
Same.
So, it was a bad name when I came up with it in 2019. It was a bad name when I decided to use it last September. So, we're free of it. But yeah. In closing, fuck Roger Goodell. Fuck the NFL. Fuck Andy Reid. Fuck Patrick Mahomes. Fuck the entire city of the entire state of Kansas. Fuck Missouri for having a city named Kansas City in Missouri. That doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't.
No. Fuck Philadelphia. It's a terrible city. Yeah. And fuck the refs. And Jalen Hurts is the best and should have won MVP.
I know you said fuck Andy Reid in there, but he is kind of based because he's going to celebrate this by going and getting a cheeseburger.
Oh, a cheeseburger? Mans is about to.
Look at the size of homie. He might be packing a few down.
Bro, Mans is about to go shut down a Burger King. Mans is about to go shut down a Burger King. Which honestly, oh hey, there's a quick one. Let's talk about this before we wrap up. I don't know. Did you end up having anything tonight?
I had some sausage and onion rings.
Okay. We talked about it a little bit last night on the show, but I hit up the Big New Yorker from Pizza Hut. I recently found out they started delivering again, so it's a lot easier to get it. I don't have to drive all the way up practically into downtown to get it. So I got a Big New Yorker, and I noticed they had the Big New Yorker deal, and then they had 8 crispy boneless chicken wings. And I had it tossed in the garlic Parmesan sauce. And then to top it off, I got that order of breadsticks, stopped by the corner store and got me a Barks cold root beer. Would recommend all of it. The pizza was great. First and foremost, because I've complained about Domino's a little bit lately. Domino's has been kind of like back on the decline. Like it got real good for a while, but now it's kind of like declining again. I don't know why. I can't explain it. Nobody can. Science can't explain this. Don't ask Neil deGrasse Tyson about this. He doesn't have a clue. But it's been on the decline. But Pizza Hut has like been the same since I was a kid, I think. I don't think it has ever changed in quality. It just always is. It's just always pretty decent. So the pizza was great. The slices were massive. The pepperoni was nice and crispy. But those wings, my brother, were delicious.
Now, you said you got the garlic Parmesan. I'm looking at their page here. Have you tried any of the other sauces?
I didn't. This is the first time I've ever had it, and I just got the garlic parm.
All right. Because I'm looking at this, I think I might want to hit up the honey barbecue. I might want to hit up the spicy garlic.
I would try all of it, man. If it's half as good as that garlic parm. And I'll say this: why it was so good is, and I don't want to get off on a full food thing here, but I mean, just for a second, it reminded me a lot of Sonic had boneless wings like in 2018, 17, somewhere in there, maybe even 15 or 16. It might have been that long ago. I can't remember. And it was a similar it was like a similar sauce, and oh my god, they had like a buy one get one, and you could buy like 3 and then get 3 free, and I'm like, that was you were eating for a week, dude. Oh my god.
It was just the big New Yorker plus 8 wings deal.
Yep. I would
need to try
heavily recommend. I ate way too much. I'm definitely regretting it right now. Tomorrow I'm just going to have a shake and prayer for lunch. I'm gonna take it easy this week, so kind of overdid it. Watched a disappointing football game, but hey, next week my Roughnecks are back at it, and
speaking of disappointing football game, like despite the high score, I felt like it wasn't a great game, and I saw a lot of people calling it like an all-time classic, which I don't know about that.
I mean, it was decent, but all-time classic, I definitely would call it that. It was upper middle of the pack. Like it was no like Giants Patriots.
Better than it was no like legendary ending like that. It was better. No. It was definitely better than Patriots Rams from a few years back.
God, you don't mention that in my presence, and you know why you don't mention that in my presence. So
little Joe about to get triggered about the refs again.
Yeah, and I deserve to be triggered about that one. That was pass interference, and don't tell me it wasn't. You know it was. And you know it was, so should have been the Saints there. And that would have been an all-time classic. What would have ended up being Brady and Breeze for the last time, more or less, and in a Super Bowl, I should say, in the big game. Whatever, man. We need to get out of here before I get too angry.
All right.
All right. We'll see y'all next week on a newly branded show, on a newly branded season with a newly asterisk launched
and brand new hosts. Wait, what?
What? Do you know something I don't?
Well, they say aliens, bro.
Oh man, shit. Yeah. That'd be kind of cool. I'd have an alien as a co-host on this show. Like just a third, I was talking about football and I go, ha ha, yes, good football. That'd be great.
Your alien impression is very robot, my dude.
They're kind of, all right. What's your alien impression then, wise guy?
I don't know. I have one. I've never tried.
Okay. I mean, I guess you're right. But I mean, they do kind of say, take me to your leader. They do sound a little robot-y.
They definitely do it in the movies. That's just kind of how they do it.
All right, well.
I guess that's because robots kind of sound alien.
I was going to say, maybe robots sound alien. Maybe that's it. And also, robots are a little more disjointed like that. You know what? I'm hearing it now. I'm hearing it. Fuck.
You're using the same tone.
That's maybe what it is. All right. Let's get out of here. Say goodbye.
Bye.